Still many questions tonight after police say 3 people ended up being shot in Lexington today. What we've learned about the investigations.
A matchup of college basketball heavyweights tonight as the Cats play Duke in Chicago, and Big Blue fans have a lot to be happy about.
Tonight, police are warning neighbors after 2 people acting like they work for Stanley Steamers trying to get inside someone's home.
WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
And good evening. In the last few hours, investigators say that 2 Air France planes leaving the United States have been diverted because of bomb threats.
The plane that you see here was diverted to Salt Lake City. It was flying from Los Angeles to Paris, and around the same time, a plane headed from New York to Paris was diverted to Canada. Both planes landed safely and no injuries were reported. This comes just days after the deadly attacks in Paris. Investigators aren't sure where the bomb threats came from. A string of violence in the north side of Lexington, and tonight Lexington police are still trying to figure out if multiple shootings are all connected.
Police say that this afternoon they found one person shot on LaSalle Road. And a few hours later, they say they found another man who had been shot on nearby Lima Drive. Police say that during all of this, a third person showed up at UK Hospital with a gunshot wound. Monique Blair has some new information from police in our top story at 11.
Lexington police were busy Tuesday afternoon. Around 2:30, police were called to LaSalle Road where one person was shot. Police say that person was taken to UK Hospital and is in critical condition. While investigating that scene, police were called to Mr. Money, about a mile away from LaSalle Road, for a report of shots fired. Police tell me one person was shot at that scene and is also in critical condition. Then shortly after 4 o'clock, police were called here to the Dollar Store Plus on Lima Drive, just about a mile and a half from LaSalle Road. When police got here, they found a male victim laying in the parking lot, suffering from 2 gunshot wounds in his back.
When the victim left, he was conscious, so right now it does appear to be a non-life-threatening wounds.
Now police are looking for that victim's car, a gray 2005 Nissan Altima with the tag reading 803TXJ.
Our understanding right now is that the victim's vehicle may have been taken. We don't know if it was the suspect that took it, or we're still trying to piece all that together right now.
Police tell me they are investigating every avenue to determine if these 3 shootings are related to one another.
That'll certainly be part of the investigation as we go forward, trying to determine whether or not those 2 incidents are linked, and if so, how and why.
Police have arrested one person but are not releasing that person's name because charges have not yet been filed. In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Fayette County school leaders say a school bus was hit by a stray bullet on LaSalle, but there were no students, fortunately, on board at the time, and the driver was not injured.
It is going to be a wet and windy Wednesday across the Bluegrass. A storm system will bring in strong winds and heavy rain. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look now at your forecast. Chris?
Yeah, starting to see those winds or feel those winds gusting up out there right now, Amber, and that is indeed a sign of a bumpy overnight, and especially your Wednesday is going to turn bumpy across much of the area. Wind advisory continues in effect for just about the entire region. Northern Kentucky excluded from that. You know what? The weather doesn't know county borders. You're going to get gusty winds as well. Could be to the tune of 40 to 45 miles per hour at some point during the day tomorrow. Absolutely crazy winds coming around this big storm system that is out across parts of the Plain States. A blizzard behind it. We've had severe weather out ahead of that. Right now, Kentucky's in the warm zone, but look at that line of showers and thunderstorms ahead of that big spin that is off to the west of us. That'll head north, and what that is doing, it's going to slowly drag that line of rain into much of central and eastern Kentucky as we go through the day tomorrow. Now, your future radar showing how the rains take their good old sweet time in getting in here. Look at the clock at the top right of your screen, and you'll notice by around 10, 11 tomorrow morning, the heaviest rain still west of the I-65 corridor. So late tomorrow into tomorrow afternoon, gusty winds, heavy rain, the primary threats as we go into our Wednesday. When I come back in just a few minutes, I've got a new hour-by-hour forecast to time the rain's in and look at the possibility of a few flakes this coming weekend, guys.
Chris, thank you. Coach Cal hoped it would be a good learning experience for his team. Tonight, the Cats were in Chicago to take on another college basketball powerhouse in Duke.
I think we learned UK has a pretty good team. Big Blue fans were not disappointed tonight. Rob Bromley joins us with some of the highlights from this evening's game. Hi, Rob.
Hello, and it was a good one. The Cats and defending national champion Duke in the biggest matchup so far in the early season. First time the two teams have played since they met 3 years ago in Atlanta, and Kentucky led just about all the way. Tyler Eulis, tremendous, driving the ball and scoring. Cats go up by 7. Just before halftime, big play. Kentucky steals it. Jamal Murray getting it ahead to Isaiah Briscoe. And the Cats led by 6, 37-31 at the break. Into the second half, a tremendous drive by Murray for the reverse lay-in. Kentucky never let up. Murray with the alley-oop to Alex Poitras. Looked like he caught his teeth there in the netting. Duke would not be able to climb back in it. Eulis driving, he pulls up with a short jumper. Cats led it 71-57. The final was 74-63. The Cats remain unbeaten. Their guards were dominant.
Me and Jamal had to step up. Me, Jamal, Zay. Charles came in, got a big play for us. So I felt like our backcourt, took care of it and just, put us on our back.
Our guard play was good. I thought we controlled the tempo at the end of the game. We did what we had to kind of grind the game out and make them guard in the half court. Put them in pick and rolls and try to create opportunities. And we have good, smart guard.
Murray's a man. He's played in big-time competition, and Briscoe played well. I mean, I thought they were stronger than we were.
All right, much more coming up in sports. Brian Milam will have more post-game reaction for us as the Cats defeat Duke 74-63.
Rob, thank you. And that's Cats' first win over Duke since the 1998 NCAA tournament.
Some suspicious men seen in a Scott County neighborhood have people living there concerned, and now police are investigating. Police say the two men showed up at a home claiming to be delivering a rug, but when the homeowner questioned them, police say this became a tense situation. Garrett Weimer has a story new at 11.
They claimed to work for Stanley Steamer, coming to a home here at Malibu Canyon with a rolled-up rug. When the homeowner said he didn't send a rug to be cleaned, police say the suspects got pushy and kept trying to get inside the man's home.
Did exactly what you should do. Shut the door, locked the door, picked up the phone, called the police department immediately.
Investigators say the men took off in an older gray or dull white pickup truck. Folks who live nearby weren't happy to hear about the unwelcome visitors to their neighborhood.
We moved out here because it was a lot quieter and safer, and just to hear that someone would come in off the road, very unsettling.
Folks here say now they'll be even more vigilant about what goes on in their neighborhood.
2 eyes, and I work from home, so I'm around a lot here. So I usually check outside a lot, just talk to one another and just make sure everyone's okay.
And police say you should watch out too.
This is the type of stuff that we see increase about this time of the year. The scams or the invasions or the thefts or things of that nature, the casings of neighborhoods.
Saying as the holiday season approaches, such suspicious activity can hit closer and closer to home. In Scott County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Police say the two men were in their early to mid-30s. One was white, one was black, and both were wearing hoodies and cargo pants.
Tonight, the search for suspects in the Paris terror attacks is expanding. Police now say there were likely 9 terrorists involved in Friday night's attacks, and 2 of them got away. Kenneth Craig has the latest from Paris.
French investigators say there may be a second terrorist on the run. While looking at surveillance video, they spotted the unidentified man inside a car near the cafes where people were shot. An international manhunt is also underway for 26-year-old Salah Abdeslam. Police say Abdeslam escaped when he called his friends to pick him up and then drive him to Brussels during the chaos that surrounded Friday's attacks. Abdeslam's own brother made a direct appeal. My advice to him is to turn himself into the police, he said, so justice can shed light on what happened. Police believe Abdeslam used his credit card to reserve 2 rooms at this hotel near Paris in the days before the attacks.
Young people here in Paris have used this plaza as a gathering place since the attacks. Many are coming to express how they want French leaders to respond.
We need to destroy this physical enemy, but What's more important is to destroy the ideas.
Security forces around the world are on high alert. German officials evacuated this soccer stadium in Hanover and canceled Germany's game against the Netherlands Tuesday after authorities received what they thought was a credible threat. Officials, including CIA Director John Brennan, have said ISIS probably has plans for more attacks. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Paris.
And U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry says he expects American and Russian forces to fight the Islamic State together in Syria.
Tonight, another Republican presidential candidate has announced he is dropping out of the race.
Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal ended his campaign tonight. He told Fox News, quote, "This is not my time." Jindal said he's not ready to endorse another candidate. His campaign never gained much support among Republicans. Jindal is the third Republican candidate to drop out. 14 Republicans are still running for president.
Tonight, 4 people have been arrested in connection to what police call gang activity in Georgetown. Police say they've been investigating a group of people who call themselves the negatively influenced gangsters. They say one of the people arrested, 28-year-old Marcus Smith, hit a man in the face who had witnessed a gang crime.
A wide range of crimes, from the sale and trafficking of narcotics to robberies to thefts, and it's all pretty much stemming around the illicit drug trade.
Police say in some cases the group would rob people who were trying to buy drugs. They originally named a 5th person as part of the investigation, but jail records indicate that person was never taken into custody. A Richmond pizza restaurant is delivering some help for the family of a fallen police officer. The Papa John's in Richmond is donating all of its sales today to the family of Officer Daniel Ellis. The restaurant's general manager expected this to be their busiest day ever. The restaurant hopes to raise about $10,000 for the family. It's not too late to help. Papa John's is open until 12:30.
University of Kentucky students taking part in a competition that will also help those in need. UK and other SEC schools are competing to see which school can collect the most canned foods. What UK students collect will be given to the Big Blue Pantry at the end of the month. The pantry helps students in need. Organizers hope UK students will collect at least 300 canned items. They can do it.
And we want to beat those other schools.
We do.
That's for sure.